And so I'm thinking just as I go about how it just might be the case that some kind of God does exist. And the reason I'm saying this is because I've been thinking about it and I just can't understand how the universe as it is could just be like it is. I don't understand how we could have our galaxy in the Milky Way, for example, and the planet Earth and the Sun and the Moon and orbits, and then stars and other planets, and then there's the construction of the Earth itself. It just all seems too much to be just some sort of artificial creation, some sort of random creation of nature. And we're talking over billions of years. It is completely stunning. I don't know how old the Earth is, to be honest. I need to take that back, maybe. But it's at least hundreds of millions of years, I would say. But I will look into it. But I'm just thinking, it just seems so unlikely for life as it is to just arise randomly. It just is just too complex and too amazing to be some sort of random occurrence. But then, opposite to that, it seems completely unlikely that some sort of universal force controlling events and being responsible for how things are. That's probably more unlikely than Earth just being a random creation. So it's so hard to judge, but I'm not happy with the Earth just being random. But I'm equally unhappy with the Earth being created by some being. And it's highly frustrating that there can be no answers. It is just insane. I'm thinking though that humanity will grow in sophistication, we will become more knowledgeable, more aware of our environment, more intelligent, I suppose. So it is possible we will come up with something, so we'll find some explanation for how we could exist. So maybe there is hope for finding out where we came from. But at present, the only answer we seem to have is a god of some kind. But that's just so incredibly unlikely. It just doesn't make sense. Well, this is what I mean. I think it's unlikely because I'm thinking that I don't know, an ant's nest or a bee's nest or whatever. They just exist. They're all over the place, and they would have no concept of humanity, no idea of what we're about. They probably think that they are the main things going on in the world. So if you're an ant in an ant's nest, millions of other ants there, the ant probably thinks that he's quite special and the ant's nest is the only nest that there is in the world. We would have no idea about us humans or other ants or anything else. So I'm wondering if that's the position that we're in. is the planet Earth the equivalent of an ant's nest? So we think we're special, but really we're just the same as an ant's nest. And so we don't really amount to much. We just think we do. That just seems so unlikely though. It's hard to judge whether or not we are significant or not. Does humanity amount to much? Are there other humanities out there? I'm thinking that there must be, because the idea that we are all alone is just insane, it's not possible. But it does seem that humanity is a very strange creation. And what is the likelihood of there being other humanities out there? It just seems so unlikely. I don't know what's more unlikely, another humanity or no other humanity. They're both incredibly unlikely, I would say. I think on balance, we have to assume that there are other intelligences out there. And that is amazing, of course. But when we encounter these aliens, if we should encounter them, there's bound to be trouble. And that is insane as well. It's very annoying that there can't be any answers. And we will become more and more sophisticated. We will probably travel more. But it is possible we won't travel enough to find anything else out there. So it does seem as if life is just this annoying, frustrating reality where we can't get any answers really. I wish I could think of some idea that was definite so that I knew where humanity stood in the universe. For now, I'm thinking that there are other intelligences out there. But it would just seem so unlikely. But it's more unlikely that there are no other intelligences. So there are other humanities out there somewhere.